EU threatened with Hungary exit, UK shows there's life outside EU. The European Union could face another departure from the EU as Hungary and Poland infuriate other members of the bloc. The EU's top court found on Thursday that Hungary and Poland have contravened bloc rules in yet another moment of controversy for the two countries. The European Court of Justice in one case ruled that aspects of Hungary's asylum process were in violation of EU law. 3 separate cases took issue with the way Hungary treats asylum seekers as well as Poland's political interference in its courts. For Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban, this is the second time this year his government's policy has been called out by EU Court of Justice verdicts. The ruling was a victory for the European Commission, which had sued the nation. The fresh legal row comes after a crisis in the EU over its coronavirus recovery fund, which both Hungary and Poland blocked. Leaders pushed for a rule of law mechanism, designed to penalize countries whose governments had undermined democracy. But because the recovery fund needed unanimous support, Hungary and Poland were able to veto the package. After days of intense negotiations, a compromise was eventually reached, meaning the £1.6 trillion of stimulus funding can now be distributed to the EU 27. But this will not be enough to repair relationships in the bloc, as many speculate on whether the recent tensions will result in Hungary or Poland leaving the EU. Mr. Orban hinted at this when the UK left the bloc in January. Upon Britain's departure, he said, "Britain's exit and the fact that everyone is still alive in the country shows that there is life outside of the EU." In September, however, Mr. Orban said that while Brexit shows Britain's greatness, his country will not follow suit. He added, "Brexit is a brave decision of the British people about their own lives. We consider it as evidence of the greatness of the British. We can't afford to follow that track. It's reasonable for Hungary to be part of the European Union." However, one expert highlighted that Hungary and Poland's actions could see them forced out. Victor Mallet, Paris bureau chief Financial Times, told France 24 last month, "The worrying thing is that freedom, democracy and the independence of the judiciary is absolutely fundamental to the way the EU is seen by most of its members. If Poland and Hungary are going against that, they are not going to be welcome for much longer. Obviously no one wants them to leave, but they do want them to change their ways."